What's up, everybody? It's your host, Haley, here with the Down South Fantasy Football Podcast, coming from you live, Week 3, Charlotte, North Carolina. We have a great episode for you today. Didn't get any owners that wanted to come in, so had to go out, get a special guest. And who I went with is the top of the line. I went with my man, Ryan, the auctioneer, Johnston. How we doing tonight, big fella?
Dude, I'm having a great time. I'm just happy to be a part of this, honestly.
Who isn't?
Yeah. Apparently everyone else in the league other than you. Yeah.
No, I'm loving it. Everybody else, they're okay with it. But all right, so I gotta say, I got a Coors Light tonight, other than Miller Lite the past 2 nights, because they were on special at the bar, so I'm gonna keep that going. Ryan, you got a beer for you?
Yes, I do.
Of course. What do you got going?
Yep, and it's Miller Lite, clearly, yeah.
Naturally, if it was anything else, I'd be very surprised.
Yep. Miller Lite guy.
Oh, biggest Miller Lite guy, if I had to say so.
Yep. Just got back to my place, fired up an episode of The Office. I'm ready to go. Just figured out what's going on with this website. So, yeah, got my picks in. And let me preface this with, I'm not really sure whose team names are anybody, but I have one team that is definitely the worst, and I'm just hoping it's not yours, James.
Well, I mean, we did get a couple of professional fantasy football guys to talk about our league, and they did rate my team the worst, but they also last year said that Kareem Hunt was a bad pick over Corey Davis. So apparently they don't know anything.
All right, fair enough.
So I'm going to get into the Week 2 recap, and you jump in when you want. I will say, after 2 weeks, I am a surprising 7-3 in my projections. So, and 2 of those losses are picking my own team, so would be even better. But you got to feel
Fair
a
enough.
decent team, and everybody knows I'm the best mediocre fantasy football player out there.
But I still just respect that you put the man hours in, regardless.
I do what I can for the good of the league.
Yeah, but I just don't know how consistently. Granted, in a league like this, I could get it. You have a tough go of it, and then whatever. But the redraft leagues, with how much you know about football and the fact that you actually follow stuff, and you're just consistently, just not at the top, we'll say.
Somebody's got to be the consistent guy, and that's me. I don't like to fluctuate. I started low and I stay low.
Fair enough. I could get behind that.
All right, so first game for the recap. We got a Week 2 matchup, built for the future. Destroyed right hand of destruction, myself. By the tune of...
So is that your team?
Maybe.
Your right hand for destruction?
Maybe.
All right, never mind. All right. No, let's not talk about that till I get to my point. I got something written down about that team. But
So we had a big week from Built for the Future in the looks of Todd Gurley, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, and Zach Ernst, all with over 20 points. Doesn't look like he made any bad plays. On the other hand, I didn't have anybody score 20-plus points.
that's tough.
But my top performers were Chris Thompson and Allen Robinson. I do like that Allen Robinson is, at this point, clearly Mitch Trubisky's number 1, and that Chris Thompson essentially is Alex Smith's number 1 too. So I like those guys going forward, but it was a rough week for my team. Kudos to built for the future. He's got a strong team. Alex Collins and Russell Wilson could be shaky for him the rest of the way, though.
Correct, but Russell Wilson always puts up points regardless. But yeah, I feel the same way about Alex Collins. But I'll tell you what, Matt Breida, he's leading the league in rushing.
Yeah,
so,
and he was also on the bench. That was a tough one, but I mean, he already put up enough points against me. So
all right, I'm looking at his roster for week 3. But yeah, no, it's a solid squad. You know, he's
he's the reigning champ too.
Whose team is this?
This will be Kirk.
Kirk, really?
Yes.
Wow, I would not have pegged that, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but nobody would have pegged me as this terrible at fantasy football either, so you know.
Fair enough.
The next recap, we got my guy Tucker over Johnny I Want to Score More. My guy Tucker getting a killer performance from Stephon Diggs, over 30 points. Gets a legit performance from Phillip Rivers, over 20 points. On the bench, though, he did have O.J. Howard and Kenny Golladay that I did trade to him, but I think Anthony Miller is going to turn out better than Golladay, so I think at the end it works out for me. Johnny I Want to Score More. Nuke Hopkins gets over 20 points. His bench, big problem here. He had Stafford, Aguilar, and Hogan just missed 20 points. He had 19 plus, all on the bench. Could have helped him out there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm looking at that roster right now. There's a lot of red parentheses going on with questionable players, suspended players, questionable. So he might have rough go of it before, let's see, Edelman gets back. I mean, not for nothing.
Edelman,
I don't know if Aguilar's got
Edelman and Ingram coming back's good.
Yeah, but I'm not sold on Ingram being, I think Kamara could take that job and run with it, honestly.
Yeah, but for first 2 weeks, Kamara hasn't actually run the ball too well. He's catching out of the backfield phenomenally. So Ingram will have a place, but you're right. Seeing what it will be interesting.
And I'm trying to look now. So his starting tight end, I guess, at this point, I'm only seeing 2 on the roster, is Jack Doyle.
Yeah, Jack Doyle because Olsen's out.
Greg Olsen's out, yeah. Not a Jack Doyle guy.
Yeah, I mean, especially
part of fast rule, man.
Especially with Ebron there too. It's tough.
Yeah, not for nothing. Ebron, 2 weeks in a row, 2 touchdowns.
Two touchdowns, and the only thing is he's not playing a lot of snaps. But when he's playing snaps in the red zone and he's a tight end, that's really what you're looking for out of a tight end. So he's playing the snaps you want to play.
Also, I always err towards, having the more athletic black guy playing as opposed to a white guy. So,
well, I mean, it depends what type of white guy you have. I don't know if you forgot, I played about 7 positions freshman year of football. And I mean, I was essentially all state. They just didn't say it.
No, I forgot, yeah. Yep, you're the best tight end to ever come out of Middle Tennessee. Yep. Okay. I did forget about that.
Came out and stayed in at the same time.
All right, on to the next game.
Moving on to a huge win. J-Way Bella over E-Walking Dead. J-Way Bella, the only team week 1 to not get 100 points, goes over 180 this week. He had Cousins, Melvin Gordon, Brandon Cooks, Adam Thielen, Travis Kelce, all over 20 points. And he still had Will Fuller and John Brown on the bench, which were right at that 19 points, so he could have had even more. E-Walking Dead, big game from McCaffrey. That's what I said was going to happen. I said Ingram was going to have a bounce back. That happened as well because he dropped every single pass to him. But on the bench, D-Jax, which I didn't think was coming again, Fitzmagic, 2 weeks in a row. Don't think it can happen.
That's
3.
the whole thing.
And then
and I saw the breakdown of let's see, Deshaun Jackson. I believe he had 9 targets this year, 9 catches for like 270 plus and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and the guy only plays like 20% of snaps. And Fitzmagic, they still make fun of him for the pass he threw week 1 where they said he literally gave it everything and his beard to throw it down the field to him. And I mean, the guy he has those spurts where now they're talking about when Winston comes back. Right now, he's not going to start unless Fitzmagic busts right now.
Oh, correct. Yeah, Winston stinks. But I'm looking at let's see, what is this team? J-Way Bella.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one who won week 2.
Yep.
Don't love that team at all.
Don't love that team mainly because of why?
It's because essentially it's a crapshoot every single week with who you're playing at receiver.
Yep, I 100% agree.
I don't know if Brandon Cooks is going to be able to sustain what he does.
I agree.
Antonio Callaway.
I said the other week, it's like the Rams are essentially the new Saints. You don't know who's going to have a good week.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that too. And then John Brown, yeah, he's had some good weeks, but still, Flacco always has that guy you'll, either hit with a touchdown or it'll be nothing.
Yeah,
so,
and then, even if you look at the running backs, you got Melvin Gordon, and then it's a crapshoot there after him.
Yeah, but in the bright spot, though, they do have Zay Jones.
Yeah, no, Zay Jones has been killing it this year. I will say thank you, J-Way Bella, for not trading with me last year when I really wanted to draft Zay Jones. So you saved me big time on that one. We're going on to the next one. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, prior to this, could you tell me what is going on what is the taxi squad here?
Taxi squad,
Freeman. He's basically the starting running back for the Browns.
So they have to be a rookie. And if you're on the taxi squad, they're essentially extra slots, but once you put them on your roster, they can't go back on the taxi squad.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So moving on to the next, we got Silverback Nation over Shooter Stab. Silverback Nation made the right move, like I suggested last week, putting Juju Schuster-Smith in over Jamal Williams. Also, Jimmy Graham having a big week. Surprise, surprise for the cheeseheads out there.
Well, not for nothing, he did get robbed of an actual touchdown on a bullshit holding call.
Yes, he did. I was watching
it could have even been bigger.
Yeah, so who knows? Could be something, but my boy Geronimo Allison's still killing it for him. Jared Goff on the bench, though, against Arizona. I would have started him over Luck, but still getting the win. Shooter Stab, he had A.J. Green. Then he had Cam against the Falcons on the bench, which he started Drew Brees against the Browns. Browns have a better defense than people think. And he also had a combination of Funchess and Robert Woods on the bench. Each had 14 points. Would have helped him in a close game. What do you got to say about this, right guy?
I don't. So I'm looking at Shooter Stab right now, and I feel like I'm not necessarily sure how the scoring goes in this league, but I'll always take the quarterback who, he might throw more interceptions, but at least he's going to run the ball in Cam Newton, as opposed to what I've seen with the Saints this year with Drew Brees and that entire offense. That team is kind of a mess at this point. Running back wise, David Johnson, boy, I not want to have any Arizona Cardinal on my team at this point.
I will let you know he after Monday Night Football he did put him on the trading block.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Yeah, see, I'm not.
But he didn't take my offer, so.
All right, then fuck him. Receiver wise, I always love taking Fitzgerald, but still, like I said about the Cardinals.
Yeah, they're just bad this year. They're bad.
So,
them and the Bills, I don't want anybody.
He's got 3 really good players from 2 of, I would say, the worst teams in football.
I mean, those teams are worse than the Giants.
But, who knows? No, I put the Giants in maybe 30.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. 32, 31, and then the Giants can maybe be the 3rd worst team in football. But, yeah, something to hang your hat on, James.
Yeah, top 5 pick.
Yeah, it's a solid team.
Yeah, I mean,
Silverback Nation. you know, he had a bad run of luck for sure with what's been going on. Silverback Nation. I don't know if I've ever seen really a fantasy team with Austin Carr rostered ever, but that's fine.
No, but
New Orleans Saints.
It's fine though because he also has Ian Smith or Ian Thomas, excuse me.
Oh, you are right. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Yeah, so no, it all checks out then.
Yeah, we're all good
Austin
there.
Carr, huh? And hold on, so he's got Austin Carr and Traquan Smith.
Traquan Smith projections for week 2 were .04.
Yeah, you know what? I don't love rostering him, but it is.
You got to roster one or the other. I think both is a little much.
Could you also let me know whose actual team this is?
Rusty.
What?
Rusty.
He's the guy whose actual name isn't Rusty, correct?
Yes, yeah, Rusty,
Okay,
the guy's
all right,
name that
yeah,
isn't
all right.
Rusty.
Good. That threw me off for quite a while, but yeah, I think I figured that out at the draft.
Also, not a real cousin of the Suzdaks either. I just found out.
Correct. Yeah. No, I also found that out recently too. But yeah.
All right. To the last week 2 matchup, we have Believe in Bell over Staunch Moderates. You got Believe in Bell with, the guy can't sustain it, but he's killing it. Patrick Mahomes, 6 touchdown passes. He's got 10 in 2 weeks. He's going to start throwing his interceptions, but for now, he's killing it. Tyreek Hill, another good week, and I'm moving this guy all the way up. Michael Thomas, the number 1 fantasy football wide receiver. After the 2 weeks he has had, this dude is the only receiver Drew Brees really trusts right now. He has no tight end. He's got Kamara out of the backfield, and that's it. He has like 28 catches in 2 weeks. Guy is killing it. Watson, even though his fantasy numbers were pretty good, still not a great game. And then the Bears defense also left Sammy Watkins on the bench, who finally had a big game. But
yeah, that's a tough start week in and week out. It's not
that's just a guessing game.
Yeah, but I believe Mike Williams also had a touchdown last week for the Chargers.
Yes,
so
he did.
He might be able to get it going.
Yeah, a lot of people are high on him. He's young. He had a decent first week. You're right. He scored a touchdown this past week. It's just about targets. Melvin Gordon's starting to eat up a couple targets with Allen.
Yeah, but looking at this now, again, I don't know whose teams are whose, but Believe in Bell. This is a team that I would draft for sure. Mahomes, probably the biggest Mahomes guy ever. Awesome. Le'Veon Bell, who's eventually going to come back.
Yeah,
but
week
regardless,
10.
He's still got Tevin Coleman with Freeman on injury. Bernard starting this week with Mixon out. Michelle, who knows what he does. Corey Davis, he's played all right. Tyreek Hill, he'll always get his. Michael, that's a big-time team right there. Whose team is that?
That is the commish. Kyle Tweak Geigrich.
Well, is it? Oh, I didn't know if it was the commish or the assistant commish, because I know that happened too.
I don't know any assistant commish. I only know a commish, and that's it. That's all I go by.
Fair enough.
What do you feel about Deshaun Watson though? What's your thoughts on that, real quick? Just him in general. People were very high on him coming into this year.
See, he wouldn't be a guy to draft. Like, that offense really doesn't move the needle for me too much. They got Nuff Thompson. Yeah, I call him Nuff, DeAndre Hopkins. But
that's all right. Do you know what the commish called Lamar Miller last week? He called him
no.
or the quarterback for the Ravens.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. He called Lamar Jackson Lamar Miller. And then he also called Cole Beasley Michael Beasley.
Well, no. We all know Michael Beasley was the best forward on the Knicks last year.
Yeah, the best Nick of all time.
Super cool bees. Super cool bees.
Bees on my knees.
Oh, man. But yeah, no, I think that's definitely the best team in the league.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean,
believe in Bill.
He's up there for sure.
You got to figure Bell's coming back at some point, but
week 10.
You know, I don't know about week 10.
What about you? You have one or two players that are either under or overperforming that you want to talk about real quick, just in general.
Well, I know me and Kyle are big on this guy, and I think he's gonna. Well, I might be overperforming at this point, but I think he's gonna sustain this throughout the year. Chris Godwin, 3 receiver on Tampa Bay.
3, possibly 2.
Because essentially you have Sean Jackson running the fly routes.
Yeah.
Then you got Mike Evans essentially getting double teamed. And then you got Godwin taking up the entire middle. And I also love Galladay on the Lions for the same reason. You know, he's the guy who's going to get the easy targets because he's basically the third man. But still very, very good.
Yeah.
And he's I believe Galladay was a Penn State guy too, and I can't stand Penn State, so
is
saying a
Galladay
lot
a
for
Penn
me
State
to say
guy?
that.
I didn't know that.
I believe so. One or the other, Godwin or Galladay were
okay.
Penn State.
I mean, I gotta give huge accolades to Juju Smith-Schuster. That dude is absolutely killing it right now.
Well, dude, you had to think off the jump he was going to be there because, you know, everyone's focusing on Brown, and he was ridiculous last year to begin with. So.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But coming out of the draft, people were a little down on him. I was down on him as well. And the Steelers just find those receivers that, James Washington is going to have a good year this year because he's just a Steelers receiver and they know what they want to get out of him. They're going to teach him that. But Juju Smith-Schuster is just absolutely killing it right now.
Yeah.
And then, it's just, I feel so bad for David Johnson because everybody's excited. He's coming back, and then you actually realize what their offense is, and it is awful. Also, Delvin Cook, I expected a little more from him, and now he hasn't practiced the past 2 days, so he's got another hamstring injury. That's gonna tone him back a little. But I don't think I could speak any higher about Michael Thomas. That guy is just absolutely murdering it right now. Like, I would take him, if there was a fantasy football league starting this week, I'd take him over Antonio Brown.
Dude, yeah, but not for nothing. The Saints got to put the ball in the end zone. They scored 21 points versus the Browns.
Browns are a better defense than you think. They're not great. They're definitely not great, but you're right. 28, maybe.
But it's the Saints. Put balls in the end zone. But other than that, I'm trying to think here.
Mahomes obviously playing out of his fucking mind. I don't think it keeps up all season, though.
I was the biggest Mahomes guy pretty much ever.
I thought he was fine.
Old man pitched for the Mets, yeah. And I'll tell you what, I'd never seen. I thought Kaepernick used to throw the hardest football I've ever seen. Mahomes last week in the red zone, it might have been like a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He was trying to throw it there, and hit every single time. He's fucking really, really good.
He is, and I'm very surprised that the interceptions haven't popped up yet. So who knows? Maybe they fix something. We'll see. But he's surprising. You got Fitzmagic out there that we'll talk about actually in about 20 seconds. But man, did you see his interview this week?
Oh, big time. Dude,
my God. Honestly, I loved that. This guy is phenomenal. If there was one person in the NFL I wish I was best friends with, Fitzmagic.
And I love just the fact that he was like a Harvard guy, played football at Harvard.
Oh yeah, and he's just like, none of this is mine, by the way.
Yep, and when he gets cooking, man, he gets a little cocky, and it's pretty fucking hilarious to
Oh,
watch.
it's
And
amazing because you're like, yeah, no, we all know who you are.
but it was still so fun. I initially saw that post game interview with no volume on at the bar, and I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" And then I heard the audio the next day when he's like, "Yeah, this is it's going to be my last question because I got to give this stuff back to Sean Jackson." And then the last question was, "Ryan, is anything that you're wearing right now yours?" And he like looks down.
The chest
and
hair.
he's like, "Nah, just the chest hair." That was a big time answer. I like that.
Oh, that was good. All right, let's keep things rolling here. We got predictions for the upcoming week. So we got the first one we're gonna do is my guy Tucker versus J-Way Bella. My guy Tucker picking up a quarterback. Ryan Fitzmagic starting him this week. So right now, how his lineup looks, he's hoping Fournette plays. Seeing that, and I mean Yeldon's a little banged up too. You don't want to play somebody on Thursday night normally, so you got Bilal Powell on the bench. Fitzmagic, I mean, you know it's gonna run out at some time. You just don't know when it's gonna be. It's either this week, it could be in 3 weeks. J-Way Bella, you got Cousins against the Bills, great matchup. Gordon against the Rams, terrible matchup. Carlos Hyde just isn't very good in general. Cooks, tough matchup against the Chargers. Will Fuller, I don't know. If a guy falls down again, he can get a long touchdown for the Giants. Thielen against the Bills, field day. Kelsey, field day. I don't go against Tucker that much. I'm going J-Way Bella here.
Oh, no, I didn't even think it was close. My guy Tucker's clearly the better matchups this week, for sure. For sure.
I see the better matchups as well, but, I mean, I just see the better players, I think. The Cousins is going to have a big day. You know that. Fitzmagic could throw 4 interceptions.
Dude, Cousins could easily be not playing in the beginning stages of a third quarter because they could be blowing them the fuck out and they're just running the ball. So if he doesn't get his touchdowns in the first half, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Patrick is playing the Steelers, I believe, right?
Who's that? Yeah. Fitzmagic's playing the Steelers Monday night.
That's going to be a high-scoring game. I think Fournette plays. He's got Kamara, Brown, Diggs. I mean that's the way to go. I was shocked to see that. And let me see on the website the head-to-head matchups. My guy Tucker is only giving 7. I figured that'd be much higher.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the tight end though, and Kelsey could have a huge game.
But not for nothing is J-Way Bella Susek.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I'm definitely a little biased against that team. So.
But then you go defense. Then you got the Chargers versus the Rams. Chargers have a good defense. You got the Eagles versus the Colts. Colts actually looked halfway decent last week on offense. So I mean, I think it comes down to those not top tier positions. Comes down to the tight end, kicker, defense. I think that's going to be the difference maker here. If Gordon gets in the end zone once against the Rams, that could also be a game changer.
Yeah, I know, but Rivers also likes to dunk the. Yeah, I know. I think they'll be all right. Yeah, no, I definitely like my guy Tucker.
Yeah, all right. Well, we got
one of mine.
I'm going with J-Way. Now we got E-Walking Dead versus Shooter Stab. E-Walking Dead. You got Lynch with the question mark. You got Ingram questionable mark. Gronk questionable mark. Not a big fan of Lynch this year. Dolphins defense has played pretty decent without any huge names in their front seven. Ingram, he could catch balls or he could just drop them like we saw in the first week. I mean, Gronk is Gronk. You got Brady. They're going against the Lions. Lions defense is bad. That's a good combo. I said it week 1. Shooter stab. You got Breeze or Cam. Then you got McCoy, who could be hurt playing against the Vikings. Like I wouldn't want to play him healthy in that offense.
Well, he's been brutal the last 2 weeks. I haven't been in one of my leagues, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Then you got Alfred Morris, who isn't good this year. Going against the Chiefs, it could be a favorable matchup, but Burita has taken that role. Murray could do something against the Bills if Cooks doesn't play. Jared Cook he had a big week one. He never finds the end zone. He's not going to do anything. I got Walking Dead here.
Yeah, I do as well. But fun fact about Jared Cook, I believe he was the leading receiver on Oakland last year.
He was,
which is kind of crazy.
He was the leading receiver after week one this year. Like, receivers, tight ends, running backs, he was the leading receiver.
Yeah, I knew it was something crazy. But
he's also had 3 touchdowns in the past 3 years.
So who am I looking at? I get believe this is shooter stab. So Philip Lindsay, the rookie from Colorado, he's been very, very good. Obviously, you got to play David Johnson, and I guess he's got kind of a nice situation here with maybe McCoy.
So I mean,
is either banged
not
going to play fully %, and then maybe Cook doesn't play, and then you could put Latavius Murray in there.
All right, so let's look at his full roster. He's being a jabroni right now. You look at his bench. He's got AJ Green on the bench, so he's obviously starting him. He's got Landry, who I would start Landry because this is a PPR league, so he's going to get catches, especially with Gordon out there.
Correct. I'm just looking at like the main roster.
That's what I was looking at too. So he's trying to make us look like assholes. So we'll just make him look like an asshole. He's gonna lose either way, whoever he starts.
Yeah, I know it's tough, but I don't hate his team, and that's what I wrote down. I had Walking Dead, but I do like Shooter Stab.
Yeah, I mean, his team's okay. I mean, I know one team I like better than it, but we'll save that till the end.
Yeah.
All right, so next we got Silverback Nation, Believe in Bell. This one, I mean, this is going to be a good matchup. You got Mahomes against the Niners, could be another big game. Gio.
That's going to be high scoring for sure.
Gio and Telvin, both good, reliable backups that are both going to get the start. Michael Thomas, like I've said, I'm through the roof with him. Tyreek Hill, he's going to have an off week. You don't know when it's going to be. Godwin's been solid. Kittle, I'm a big Kittle guy.
Me too.
And then on the other side, you got Luck against the Eagles. Eagles defense is pretty good. Kenyon Drake, Joe against the Cardinals is decent. Kenyon Drake against the Raiders are decent. Don't love either of those backs. Juju against the Bucks. Love Juju. Big Juju guy. Allen against the Rams, that's tough. T.Y. against the Eagles, not great. Jimmy Graham, I really like. He had a good week last week. I don't see much. I got Believe in Bell here.
Oh, yeah, it's not even close for me with this one, too. And I'm shocked to see it's Silverback Nation giving 21 in the head-to-head matchups for week 3.
Yeah, I mean,
Believe in Bell.
He doesn't even have his kicker in there, but even so, I think he cleans up here.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And I also don't think he's necessarily getting points for Dan Bailey at this point.
That's exactly what I just said.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Words.
I'm trying to. But James.
You heard me.
No, I'm just trying to go through everything here. But yeah, no, I like that team a lot. Believe in Bell for sure.
Yeah, that's exactly where I am there. We got. Next on the list, Johnny, I want to score more. Versus Built for the Future. We got Cooks, questionable. 2 days without practice. They're going against the Bills. I don't think he plays. You got
I agree.
Marvin Jones, who at this point, I feel like has been kind of passed by Kenny Golladay. Rodgers, even though he'll still play, he'll still be fine. We all know he's going to be limited with his injury.
And his whole game is getting outside the pocket and making plays. So
exactly,
you're going to just get what you got from him last week. For the most
exactly.
part.
He did that a little last week. Nothing like you're used to seeing, but he did it a little bit. Like you said, Jack Doyle, he's there. He's a guy. On the other side, you got James Conner against the Bucks. The Bucks front seven is actually pretty decent. I know I was a big James Conner guy week 1. Week 2, he did okay. We'll see what happens week 3. I don't know. Other than that, Ernst is going to have a good game. Adams will have a good game. Gurley's just awesome.
Yeah.
Russ Wilson will do good against the Cowboys. He's got the Vikings defense too. I got the built for the future here.
Oh yeah, that's not even close. I think this is 1A to 1B with I guess Believe in Bell in terms of the best rosters I've seen. But I'll tell you what, he's got a tough decision with running back going forward. He's got the starter on Baltimore, Alex Collins. Most likely the starter going forward is Matt Breida. The starter in Philly, Todd Gurley, Lamar. That's loaded at running back there. I mean, every guy's a starter outside Tariq Cohen.
Oh, and flea flicker for the Browns does not work. Look at that. Yeah, I mean he's got a very good team. Whose team
is that?
That's Kirk. I mean and this is a team that has 2 defenses too, like 2 of the top 3 defenses other than Jacksonville. He's got a good team. He won last year. He's got a road to the championship this year. But
no, for sure.
To the main event, to the game of the week. Since it's my podcast, it's the game of the week every week that I play. Staunch Moderates versus Right Hand of Destruction. Staunch Moderates, you got the Bears defense going against the Cardinals, so that's going to be good. You got Rudolph going against the Bills, could be good. Rudolph's pretty touchdown dependent now. Julio, legit. Deshaun against the Giants, he'll be fine. I mean, I'm really not a big Deshaun guy. He's going to do what he did the past 2 weeks. He's going to turn the ball over.
He'll get his points, though.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get 20 points. Zeke against the Seahawks. Seahawks front seven is okay. Their secondary is trash. Front seven's okay. Yeah. Deion Lewis, I do like over Derrick Henry, but against the Jags, we'll see. James White with Gordon playing a little more, he's going to see a little downtick. So that's my analysis there. Right hand destruction. Go ahead.
I don't love the staunch moderates team at all, but Deshaun Watson always going to get his points. You got Zeke's the big guy. Freeman will eventually come back, but Deion Lewis I don't love. I'd play James White over Deion Lewis for sure.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's playing both.
And at receiver he's got. Oh, I thought you only played 2 running backs. You put one in the flex.
Yeah, it's either 2 running backs or 2 wide receivers.
Because again, I'm just looking at the roster, so I don't know what the actual lineups are. But so I guess that makes sense too. That was my other comment about this. At receiver, he's got a tough decision basically every week. Obviously, you're playing Julio, but is it going to be Cobb? Is it going to be Watkins? Is it going to be Mike Williams?
Yeah,
and even at tight end.
Right now he's got Cobb.
Rudolph?
Right now he's got Cobb and Rudolph, man.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still think, whatever, that's where you could lose points for sure.
Yeah,
the wrong guy.
Mean, for him, I said it since week 1. He's got a lot of question marks across the board. Trey Burton still hasn't done what people expected him to do. He's got Aaron Jones and Ty Montgomery. He's got Peyton Barber. Like I said, Kyle Rudolph's touchdown dependent. Deshaun Watson, he could have a terrible week one week.
He has Burkhead and White as well, right?
Yeah, he has both of them. So, I mean, you got to pick the right one there. Right-handed destruction, though, you got either Alex Smith or Jimmy Garoppolo. I will say from an insider perspective, he doesn't know who he's going to start yet. You got Kareem Hunt. He's last week was good. He's going to keep building on that. Chris Thompson is going to be legit this year. AP, he'll be fine. He's, if he gets a touchdown, he'll have a good week, and that's about it. Emmanuel Sanders is going to keep riding his hot streak. Guy's going to have an awesome season. Robinson's going to have at least 10, 12 catches maybe against the Cardinals. He's not going to get shadowed by Peterson. They already said they're not shadowing people. Njoku, haven't seen, just turned the game on. Don't know if he's done anything tonight yet, but big Njoku guy. Will Lutz is not going to miss a field goal this week. Denver's predicting to get 3 points against the Ravens. That's ridiculous. Like, Joe Flacco is throwing 2 interceptions, and he's going to get sacked like 4 times. They've played pretty trash defenses so far, and I'm winning this.
Well, I think Garoppolo is clearly the play this week over Alex Smith versus Green Bay. Definitely go Garoppolo. I'll tell you what, I just don't love playing Chris Thompson week to week at running back.
It's PPR.
Still, I just don't love that team to begin with. And that was the one note I made before. Obviously, this is your team at this point. I know that. But they said, don't watch too many Skins players.
Nothing wrong with that. Skins offense is going to be great this year, other than last week against the worst defense.
Yep, and also I'm not. I did like Allen Robinson when he was on the Jags, but I'm really not sold on Trubisky at this point. He hasn't shown me really anything where
Robinson had 10 catches for 81 yards, so I had 18 points from him, and he didn't even score a touchdown.
Good, no, I get that. He'll get his catches, but I mean, I think if you're going to bank on Trubisky being like a quarterback who's doing 3-4 touchdowns games and Robinson getting 1 or 2 or something, I just don't see that.
No, I think Trubisky throws 1 a game, and every single game it's going to be Robinson.
Yeah, no, I think he's a big tight end guy. From what I saw week 1 with him,
Trey Burton has 4 catches all year.
No, he caught that shovel for a touchdown, I believe, last week.
Yeah, that's 1 catch, and he has 3.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Does Allen Robinson have one?
A touchdown? No, but Allen Robinson has 30 targets in 2 games.
No, I'm just saying. Like I think he'll err towards the tight end, Tariq Cohen, that nonsense in the red zone, unless Allen Robinson gets a big play. But still, yeah, he'll get his catches. I get it. But yeah, no, I'm definitely on the right hand of destruction. Right? Yeah, right hand of destruction.
That's who you think's winning?
Yeah.
Good. They were about to get kicked the fuck
up.
No,
all right, no, I'm sorry.
Nope, you already locked it in. Already locked in. Hot take. No. Time for the hot take, everybody. We get 2 hot takes each. You want to start or do you want to finish?
You can start.
All right, so I got 2, and I do them weekly. I don't do them yearly. So I got the Garoppolo versus Mahomes showdown this weekend. I go Garoppolo outshines Mahomes. 49ers get the W. Garoppolo 3 touchdowns. Mahomes 2 picks.
Wow. All right, I actually had something written down about that game as well. But I'm not sure what the over-under is on that, but that's going to be like a 65-point affair for sure.
Oh,
35-30, something like that, over on that. But, yeah, the Chiefs win for sure. Niners haven't really impressed me too much. And, they just, Garoppolo as a whole, he makes too many mistakes at this point. That Mahomes isn't doing at this point, so.
Oh, he'll do it.
No, I'm like the biggest Mahomes guy. So, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously,
you're barking up the wrong
obviously
tree.
you heard me. All right, what do you got?
All right, and then the other one I got, this is just because I didn't really get through the Week 3 matchup, so this is one for the whole season. LaShawn McCoy isn't even a top 15 running back this year.
Oh, yeah, I 100% agree with that. That's, yeah. If he's...
I thought that was a little much to even go that far.
No,
I mean, barely, but...
Because all they're going to do is zone in on him, and, you have Josh Allen back there. Guy's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
And they have a terrible offensive line. They have no receivers. They have no defense, so they're not going to run it that much. I'd say he'll be outside the top 24. He'll be 25th.
No, that's crazy. He'll get his touchdowns eventually.
Well,
he'll have those bullshit games where he
What
goes
can I
50
say?
for maybe 1 or 2. And the other thing I wrote down was Philly bangs up on Indy this week. They're back on track.
You're going to cut in front?
What?
We're doing every other.
Oh, all right. Well, you questioned my McCoy one, so I felt like I had to fire back.
No,
Yeah,
I agreed with your McCoy one.
No, you said top 24, which I think is crazy. But, yeah.
You said outside the top 15, so I'm agreeing with you.
Finishes barely top 15 as a back this year.
Oh, so he's so you're saying inside the top 15.
All right, so, yeah, 15, yeah. 15,
Oh,
I think is
yeah, then yes, I do disagree with you. Okay. Yeah. No. Their offense and defense, that's just their number one pick next year. It's locked in.
Yeah, I know. I also didn't realize how bad they would stink this year, but yeah, they stink.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. All right. So my next take is Cook sits for the Vikings. Latavius Murray gets over 80 total yards and a touchdown.
Okay, yeah. No, that was also one I had wrote. Latavius Murray lead back this week versus Bills. Big game. Because, I mean, who did they... Was it Bills-Ravens last week?
No, Bills-Ravens was week 1.
Okay, and then they lost...
And then they...
Oh, and then this one was 33-20.
Yeah, and they went. Okay. They played against San Diego, and they had a player retire at halftime.
Yep, which is also one of... I almost respect that move by that guy. Because I read he had to play 2 weeks on the active roster to get his full $5 million, and
that's all he did.
I just want to know what the scene was at halftime. Was he just like taking off his shoulder pads, putting on a T-shirt, and being like, "All right, guys."
Well, like the funny thing is, everybody was like, "Oh no, nobody realized it." Like, how do you not realize this guy's getting into his street clothes at halftime?
Yeah, no, it's a big time move by that guy. But yeah, no, I agree with that.
All right, well, I appreciate everybody for listening. Big guy, thank you for being our guest speaker tonight. I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
You didn't mess up anybody's name, so I think you did better than the commish.
Well, let's not disrespect the commish, though. Come on.
No, because he's the only commish that I know. I don't think we have an assistant commish or a vice commish or whatever anybody says. I only know one commish.
Fair enough.
But for all of you out there, thank you for listening. We got a owner on the call next week, so be ready for that. We got the Jets-Browns on right now. Sorry for the day delay. I was just tired yesterday and didn't feel like doing it. And that's all we got tonight, fellas. Y'all have a good night. Let's go Giants.